Hello everyone, my name is John Davis de Vera. I will explain our HTML code. The page includes a logo and title in the header, along with two buttons for user interactions, which is profile and logout. The profile button shows the profile settings form, while the logout button logs the user out. When the user clicks the profile button, a hidden form appears, allowing the user to update their username, password, and role. The save, the save button submits change, and the cancel button hides the form without saving. There are separate forms for user registration and login. The registration includes field for username, password, and role. The role is the admin, staff, or the supplier. The login form includes fields for entering a username and password to authenticate the user.
Hello everyone, my name is Henrics and Mateo. So the inventory section is hidden initially and only shown when the user is logged in. It contains options for clearing data, generating reports, searching, and sorting items. The inventory table displays item details like brand, type, size, color, quantity, price, and ID. The user can access transaction history and manage users if authorized. The Manage Users section allows adding new users, sorting users, and viewing editing user details. Admins can also view and modify the user list. A form allows user to add new inventory items including details like brand, type, size, color, quantity, price, and product ID. A hidden form allows users to edit item details such as colors and price. JavaScript is used for handling the interactive elements such as showing, hiding forms, submitting data, managing sessions, and handling inventory and user-related actions. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Liezel Carpio. I'm explaining to CSS. So the CSS structured logically starting with global style where body defines font, background color, padding, and transition. Container styling manage layout with width, padding, and back shadow. So the header navigation bar ensure proper alignment and background color with a specific style for profile and history buttons. So first logo styling and maintain spacing and proportion while header title. So adjusted for readability. Forms and input fields. Use border radius and structured layouts profile settings. Ensure proper alignment, inventory-related section, and define table style alternating row colors and user interaction. Button. So, button style. Provide distinct colors for different action, hover effects, and focus effects. And enhance user experience, user management. Ensure structured action with clear color distinction. So the CSS is organized for readability, ensuring a clean, maintainable, and user-friendly design.
Dangal greetings. Today I will be presenting a brief overview of code that defines two essential classes: inventory item and user. The inventory item class represents a product in the inventory with attributes like brand, type, size, color, quantity, price, and unique ID generated by the current timestamp. It also includes a value getter that calculates the total value of the item by multiplying the quantity and price. The user class manages user data such as username, password, and role, where the role determines the user's permissions, admin, staff, or supplier. These classes are designed to help manage inventory items and user efficiently.
So the greetings po, I'm Kurby, Dane with Onda. So, the first one is user registration. When the user submits the registration form, the script checks that all fields are filled in and the username is unique and meet the required length. If the users are valid, the user is added to the user list and the data is saved to local storage. A success message is shown after the form is reset. So number 2 is user login. When a user logs in, the script checks if the username and password match any user in the user list. If there's a match, the user is logged in and their details are stored as the current user. The inventory display and a welcome message is shown if the login fails and error message appear. So number 3 is profile management. When the user clicks to open their profile, their current details are loaded into the profile form. If they submit the form after updating the information, the script update their username and password in the user list and save the changes to local storage. A success message is shown and the form is closed. So the last one is logout. When the user click the logout button, the current session is removed from local storage. and the page reload, returning the user to the login screen. Greetings, I am Anthony Cardesilo from 2IT-B, and here is the explanation of our JavaScript code. This code imports the function to render the inventory user interface, dynamically displaying items and forms. This import out.js imports the authentication module, which sets up login and logout functionality on page load. This import inventory.js imports the inventory management module, initializing functions for adding, editing, and deleting items. This import storage.js imports the login user's data from storage to personalize the application. This code executes when the HTML document is fully loaded, ensuring all elements are ready. This code gradually displays the profile button after 60 seconds delay for a smoother user experience. Similarly, fades in the logout button after 60 seconds. This if statement renders the main inventory application if a user is logged in. And this code displays the user management button from administrators. This code triggers when the clear storage button is clicked, resetting application data. Local storage.clear clears all data stored in the browser's local storage. Local.reload function reloads the page to reflect the reset state.
Hello, my name is Mikylla De Leon, and I will explain the storage JavaScript. The function item to string and the string to item handle the conversion of inventory item, objects to and from string representations using this delimiter. The use to string and string to user perform similar operation for user objects, and this function is enabled to storage of complex objects in local storage, which only supports string data. And when we talk about the data retrieval, immediately invoke function expressions. It used to retrieve and parse data from the local storage upon module initialization. This export line inventory let users also the transaction. It retrieves and processes their respective data, converting stored string blocks into usable objects or arrays. If no data is found, this will return empty arrays or null, ensuring that the application can handle cases where local storage is empty. In data persistence, the export function save data. The save data function serializes all relevant data, the inventory, the users, the current users, and also the transactions, and stores it in local storage. It also iterates through arrays, converts object to strings, and uses appropriate delimiters to maintain the data structure. And this function ensures that any changes made during the application's runtime are saved to local storage for future use. And also the current user management. This function provides a simple way to update the current user variable, allowing the application to track the currently logged in.
Greetings everyone, I am here to explain the inventory item class. This code defines and exports a class called inventory item, which is used to represent an item in an inventory system. Export class inventory item. This line defines a class named inventory item and export it so it can be used in other file. When a new item is created using this class, it takes several parameters like brand, type, size, color, quantity, price, and product ID, which describe various attributes of the item inside the constructor. A unique ID is generated using date.now, which create a timestamp in a milliseconds. The current date is also recorded in human-readable format using new date to local date string. Each parameter passed to the constructor is assigned to corresponding property on the object, allowing the item to store its brand, type, size, color, quantity, price, and product ID. Additionally, the class includes a getter method named value, which calculate and returns the total value of the inventory item by multiplying its quantity by its price. This provides a quick way to determine how much a particular item is worth based on the current stock. Overall, this class makes it easy to create, manage, and evaluate inventory items in a structured and consistent way.